It's barely a condiment.
Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Take a fresh look at local3news.com.
It's very fitting timing for us to be talking with our next guest as we've just come off of the Memorial Day weekend. All of us are feeling patriotic, still probably have those flags flying on your front porch. Let's continue the patriotism then this morning because Technical Sergeant William White joins me. He is with the United States Air Force, 14 years proudly serving our country, and he's here to let us know about all the benefits of being in the Air Force and some things that they're doing now. So good to see you.
You too, ma'am.
And welcome home to Tennessee.
Oh, thank you.
So 14 years you've been in, and you have already in those 14 years, as I understand it, proudly served, but taken advantage of some of the benefits in the Air Force because you're close to completing your third associate's degree. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, so I have, this is my third job in the Air Force now. So my first one, I was an aircraft electrician. So I have an associate's degree in aviation maintenance technology. And then my last job as a manpower analyst, so I have one in management engineering as well. I'm about to have another in human resources.
You were telling me that one of the things when you had your choices of which branch of the service you wanted to join, one of the appealing parts for you was the Air Force's career opportunities. Am I right, 130?
Yes, ma'am, over 130, so we offer more than every other branch of service.
Did those 14 years when you first enlisted seem a long time ago?
No, I feel like I'm right out of high school, to be honest.
So you wanted to come, the job you have now, even though you are a technical sergeant, is you're in the recruiting sector now, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm guessing you're talking to a lot of young men and women coming through the doors on a regular basis, and they're a little bit nervous about making this kind of a commitment, but they're eager to support their country.
That's correct. There's a lot of, I guess, misconceptions about the Air Force, especially watching TV, like watching Transformers and stuff like that. People think that all the jobs that we have, you're in war and you're fighting and getting shot at and stuff, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I would say at least 95% of our career fields aren't actively involved in war. You know, most of us are doing supporting roles.
I like the fact that you're using, correctly using the phrase career fields, because when you join the military, you really kind of have your own options, am I right, of how long you want to serve.
Correct.
And sometimes people come in and they think, I'll just do my 4 years and then transition out, and they realize the benefits of it and they stay. But
Correct.
You are building a resume while you're doing it.
Yes, ma'am. And if anyone wants to join and they only want to do 4 to 6 years, you know, that's great. There's honor in serving your country. And like you said, though, that whenever you join, you learn a skill with us, and you're very marketable whenever you get out.
If you come to your offices on Lee Highway and have a conversation, first of all, do you have to have an appointment, or can someone just walk in the door?
You can just walk in, or you can just call me anytime, call or text.
Do you get people asking, are they afraid to ask questions at first?
Somewhat. A lot of the times, honestly, people that come see me, they'll be between 17 to 19, and their parents come, and I encourage it. I'd like to speak with parents as well and answer any questions that anyone has.
My husband was in the Army band. I think I told you that a second
Yes,
ago, many years ago. And he will still talk about, he'll say it's the best thing he ever did for his life, but he also remembers in detail what it built in him and his experiences there. So is it okay as an 18-year-old coming in to be a bit nervous?
Oh, for sure. I would expect it. If you're not nervous, I think there's probably something wrong. But yeah, for me, personally, I think it's one of the best choices that I ever made. It's definitely put me on a great path.
Has there been, like, if you were talking, when you talk to people coming in and they ask you, do they ask you what's the best part of it for you? Has there been 1 or 2 standout moments for you?
I don't know that anyone's ever asked me that question directly, but whenever I go and speak, especially at a school or something, one of the best things that I've experienced is the friendships that I've made. My absolute best friend I've met in the military. In the Air Force, yeah. So he's like a brother to me.
I think that I'm really glad that was your answer, because I think one of the other misconceptions you mentioned, people thinking you're an active military action, is a misconception. I think that the misconception of it being this kind of aggressive environment, and then to hear that there's the true brotherhood
Yeah.
that you form is important to remind people.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything y'all are doing right now incentive-wise that people should know about?
So we are offering bonuses for a number of career fields. We are also, one of the things I think that's amazing that we're offering right now is the college loan repayment program. So the Air Force is paying up to $60,000 for qualifying student loans for people that want to join.
So if you have your degree and you want to now transition and serve the country and you owe money up to $60,000, the Air Force will pay that debt off.
Correct.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's show you where to go. Will you be the person they meet?
Either myself or my office partner, Staff Sergeant McLeod.
Okay, so this is Technical Sergeant William White. He's just back from England.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fun place to be for a while.
It was.
Their office is right there on Lee Highway. If you want to call them, as he suggested, it's 544-6979. You can also go online to airforce.com. And thank you so much for serving our country.
No, thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Aaron Dixon with Insurance Advisors. Are you